Welcome to our third slow grow campaign, our third in the series, because apparently I have a painting addiction and I'm also ADD, so I just play every army that there is. But this time around I'm playing Imperial Knights and Nate is fielding Astra Militarum for the first time he's ever played them, so he's very motivated and excited as well to do this slow grow. So I'm interested to see, now that I actually have an 8th edition codex for Knights, to bring them from 500 points all the way to 2,000, which is a challenge in and of itself because of their points costing on growing by 250 points every time. But I'm up for the challenge and I'm really looking forward to painting these guys as well. What we're looking at for the first in our campaign, like we always do, it's a very simple mission. It's 500 points. We're fixed to 3 command points, and the mission is very simplistic as well. It's on a 4x4 board. There's an objective in my zone, there's an objective in my enemy's deployment zone, and one in the center of the board. And whoever controls the most objectives at the end of the 5th battle round is the victor. So very simplistic. I'm interested to see how Knights can hold up against the gun line of Astra Militarum and how strong they are in 8th. But I'm up for the challenge, and as always, it's going to be fun. It's going to be narrative. The lists are going to be exciting, and the paint jobs, I always try and keep them up. So thanks again for joining us. I hope you guys like this one as much as we are. Enjoy. 500 points of Astra Militarum. You are running a patrol detachment, and this is the Cadian discipline, right?
Yep, we're running Cadians with this list. Starting at the top, we have my HQ and Warlord, which would be the tank commander riding in the Lehman Russ tank. He has a demolisher cannon for his turret mount. He has 2 heavy bolter sponsons and then a heavy bolter in his hull-mounted weapon slot. For his Heirloom of Conquest, I gave him Kurab's Aquila, which is, command point farming at its best. Each time my opponent uses a stratagem point, I roll a dice. On a 5-up, I get that. I gain a command point.
Oh, cheap.
It's fine.
So
don't worry.
Cheap.
And then his Warlord trait, we're going to go ahead and use the Regimental Warlord trait that's available to the Cadians, which is Superior Tactical Training. Roll a dice each time your Warlord issues order or tank order. On a 4-up, that can affect an additional unit within 6 inches.
Very nice.
Yeah, so kind of double down on your tank orders if we choose.
Yep.
Moving over from there, we have a troops choice, which is just an infantry squad. Standard guard guys with a heavy weapons team with a missile launcher. Ignore the flamer in there. Well, we just kind of came with the team.
Sure.
He's here to party.
Yep.
Elite slot, we have the commissar with a bolt pistol and a power sword. Pretty standard commissar stuff happening there. And then the last option is going to be a heavy weapons slot for the last Lehman Russ. He has a battle cannon in his turret, he's got a las cannon in his hull, and he's 2 heavy bolters in his sponsons. Ignore the heavy stubber on the top, we just put it there because it's pretty.
Yeah, we could pull it off. It just doesn't look as good.
No.
And that comes in at 499 points for a patrol detachment.
Absolutely.
502 points of Imperial Knights finally on the board.
502?
Yeah, I said 502. Thanks for that gimme.
Hey, I'm running guard. I gotta give you something.
502 points. It's a super heavy detachment. However, this is pre-FAQ or errata or anything, so I only come with my standard 3 command points for a battle forge. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. What I have here is 3 armigers. I have 2 of the Warglaive configuration, and that's the thermal spears on them, and I have 1 in the center there which says the Helverin. The Armiger Warglaive with the number 1 on his pauldron is my Warlord.
I'm gonna remember that one.
Yeah, his Warlord trait is Iron Bulwark, which changes his 5-up invul to a 4-up invul. And then I've also doubled down on him surviving today and given him Armor of the Sainted Ion as his Heirlooms of the Noble Houses. And this gives the Nightwearer a save characteristic of a 2-up. So he has a 2-up, 4-up going into battle here. 502 points. I'm running House Terran with this, which that household allows me to have an extra die with an advance roll and an extra die with a charge roll, and then I can discard the lowest. So I'm looking to make this very fast. Yes, I'm not doing House Hawk Shroud, which I'm sure everybody's doing, but they're painted Terran. At least we'll see how it starts off with Terran. And that's 502 points. Thanks for the gimme.
Yeah.
And this is the table after deployment. What we have here is an ancient alien ruins with even more ruins built on top of it. Well, you won deployment.
I did.
And you picked your table edge, so let's start over there.
Yep.
You've placed your Rosses right next to each other, and on your objective...
Yep. The little demon head there, I placed the infantry squad and the commissar.
Very good. And then we have the center objective. And over on my side, I placed my warlord here, and the other two on this flank because there's nothing in the center.
Nothing over here.
And there's my objective. So that's really it. So I, of course, finished deploying first.
Yep.
So let's see who goes first. That's a 3.
That's a 6.
That's a 6. I'm going to try and seize this.
Well, why would you do that?
Because
You enjoy having you.
I don't like getting shot by Imperial Guard. That's worse. Astra Militarum turn 1, the tanks have moved up, but stayed within their 6-inch movement so they can double shot. And the heavy weapons team had moved out just a little bit, so I'll get this out of here so he can take a look at my warlord. Astra Militarum turn 1 shooting. I hate... This is going to be awesome.
It'll be a quick game.
All right, so you put bring it down from your commissar onto them.
Yep. Gives them rerolls to wound of 1. Didn't matter.
They shot in at the warlord, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Nope, they're guard.
But your tank commander here cast...
Pound them to dust.
Or cast, ordered.
Cast.
Jesus.
He's sorcerer.
He's a damn witch. All right, so he pound them to dust.
Yep. Which that gives them the ability to re-roll the number of shots from a turret weapon, which came in handy because I rolled a 6 and a 2. I re-rolled the 2.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so 11 battle cannons.
11 battle cannon shots into my poor Helverin over here, and after everything in the heavy bolters dropped him down to 6 wounds.
But you made 4 saves.
I did make 4 saves. I haven't been making many saves. Your tank commander shot in with his heavy bolters, just within range on my warlord, and all I had to do was roll a 2 up, so I rolled a 1 and dropped a wound.
Yeah, and the heavy bolters and the last cannons over here didn't really do much. The battle cannons did the heavy lift.
Yep. Well, I'm already smoking, so let's see what happens. Turn 1, Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights turn 1 movement, and boy is it quick. These armigers can haul. Moved all the way from over there. I used the House Terran rule, so I advanced both this Warglaive and this. Actually, I didn't advance that Warglaive, but I advanced him, rolled 2 d6, picking the highest, gave him an extra 6-inch movement. I'm now 8 inches from that tank. That doesn't matter, though. I'm not foreshadowing at all. He stayed put because he's already smoky, and he did just move up. He didn't advance, and he's sitting here within thermal spear range of the Demolisher.
Thanks, getting shaky.
Let's see. I need a lot out of this. Let's make it happen. Turn 1 Imperial Knight shooting. Wow.
You did some heavy lifting.
Yep, the warlord shot in with his thermal spear into your warlord, tank commander, and vice versa. This guy also shot in, and even though he had advanced, it's an assault weapon, so I'm hitting at 1 less ballistic skill, and between the 2 thermal spears, down to a wound. Putting 5 damage through and 6 damage through. And over here, the wounded Helverin shot in and took 3 off of him. So actually only got 1 through, and then it's a flat 3 damage. So that is it. And it would be it for assault because I advanced, but I'm going to burn a stratagem for House Terran, which allows them to charge after they've advanced.
That's 2 command points, right?
Yeah. We'll see if it works. And the assault phase. Turn 1, made it in.
Yep.
Needed a 7, rolled an 8. And but the swinging didn't go that well.
Not so much.
But I still got 1 through. You failed your armor save on that and took 3 off. And bringing you into your 2nd tier now.
Yep, just barely.
Super important for that, and you swung back with nothing.
Yeah.
So locked in assault there, and that is the end of turn 1.
I did get you with a little bit of Overwatch.
Oh yes, you did.
Last cannon, everything else whiffed, but last cannon got through, and I got 2 damage on it.
Yes, you took 2 damage off me. You actually used a command point to re-roll the wound roll, and that worked out for you.
Yeah.
You got 2 back off him, so very good. Turn 2. Turn to Astra Militarum movement. Not much. The tank commander stayed put, but he fled combat, and the squad over here stayed put as well on the objective. That is it. I feel like I'm going to get shot.
Weird.
Astra Militarum, turn 2 shooting. Well,
Good for what I had.
good for what you had. Let's start over here with not so good. The missile launcher shot in, missed. All the las guns shot in though, and stripped a wound.
Yeah. Put 1 through on that. We use the command order, the voice command of bring it down, same as last time. Because Cadian has rerolls of 1 to hit. Figure we give him rerolls of 1 to wound.
Darn flashlights are stripping wounds off of knights.
No big deal.
Well, it's 8th edition. He can't shoot because he fell back, and over here, your Demolisher cannon shot in, actually hit, which was shocking.
Got through. You made a bunch of your saves for some of it, but I only did 2 damage, so.
I made my invul, but then my ion shield, I guess, and then but failed 1. But you only rolled 2 damage for it. But the heavy bolters on this guy,
the champions of the night apparently
stripped 3 wounds off him.
Yes.
So now he is down to 4 wounds, just smoldering there center board. My warlord. Let's see what happens. Turn 2.
Let's bring it.
Turn 2, Imperial Knights. The warlord has moved in on his prey, and this Armiger Warglaive as well has moved up towards the warlord, and the Helverin stayed put.
He's having a big day over there.
Yeah, I'm expecting some smoke clouds to happen.
One or the other.
Everything's a smoking wreck, so I didn't do that great. I shot everything into him. Thermal spear, and the Armiger autocannons. I only took 2 wounds off him.
It's a big day.
Whoa. And that was from the warlord being within 2d6 range.
Yep.
And then I rolled 2 2s.
Yep. It was cool.
I'm gonna punch you. Turn 2, Imperial Knights Assault, which is hilarious. I already feel like we're like turn 5.
We've been playing for about an hour.
But Warlord made it in. Weathered some Overwatch from both. In fact, over here, you're. What did you use?
So with the Astra Militarum vehicles, there's a command point you can use. Stratagem, excuse me. 1 command point when an Astra Militarum vehicle is charged. Basically throws up defensive gunners. You overwatch on a 5 and a 6 instead of just a 6.
And you made it on a 5 into him, and he took it on the nose.
Yeah.
Dropping 5 wounds off of him just in Overwatch.
1 round of Demolisher cannon.
But I wrecked your Warlord, and I wrecked out your other Lehman Russ here. And granted, I've got 6 wounds left on the Helverin, and 7 wounds and 4 wounds. Everything's smoking on my end too, but the 2 tanks are gone. So coming in, turn 3, can these guys withstand the Iron Bulwark?
Is that a thing?
I don't know, it sounded really cool when I said it though, in my head. Astra Militarum, turn 3, shooting. You use the order, first rank fire, second rank fire. Shot in 28 shots into him, and all you needed was a 6 to wound.
Yeah, with like 10 of them, and
no.
I got none. No,
Nothing.
No 6s.
No wounds.
Good work, boys.
Then you also, well, they just saw 2 tanks blow up. They're afraid.
It's fine.
You shot the missile launcher. That failed.
It actually shot, but
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it failed because I used my ion shield save.
Got through, and that would have been cool.
That 4-up was awesome. And you also shot Game Changer,
Yep.
the bolt pistol.
Yeah, it shot.
Did not wound.
No.
Uh-oh. Are you going to charge me?
I don't think so.
All right,
No.
turn 3 Imperial Knights. Knights turn 3 movement. Yep, conga line. Moving up on these guys. And the Helverin actually moved, and all the way down here, you can see those two guys.
Yeah.
Turn 3, Knights shooting. The Helverin shot in. Actually took 3 of the infantry off of the squad. Then I shot in with my heavy stubbers and thermal spears into the squad, taking everything but the heavy weapons team down to 1 wound left.
Yeah, they're gonna win this thing for me.
Woo! And then we just rolled the charge because it's funny. And this is what's going to happen next.
Caiaphas Kane's gonna come hang out.
Well, I was hoping to give him some battle honors. That's not going to happen because end of assault phase, turn 3. Well, I took 2 wounds off you. I used the sweep attack with his Reaper Chain Cleaver instead of the strike, and that is strength user, so strength 6, minus 2 AP, 1 damage, and you get to make 2 hits instead of 1, so that's 8 attacks.
Yep.
But because he was only hitting on 4s, I only hit with 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and then
One of them.
I rolled a 1 to wound. And there we are with that, and
I swung back.
with a power sword, taking a wound off him.
Fear the guard.
This is sad.
I clipped your toenails.
I guess we're going to turn 4.
Apparently.
Turn 4, Astra Militarum. Well, the Commissar's gone.
He is.
And the heavy weapons team last turn died to morale.
Yep.
But the Commissar, brave son of a gun, he swung back in there, actually wounded, and took. I failed my save, and took my Warlord down to 2 wounds left. But I came back with my Chain Cleaver and did the sweep attack.
Yep.
And finally finished him off. I actually was able to hit with it that time. Nate, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, it's a new army for Overlord, man. It's a good game.
That was an awesome game, though. Wow, a lot of ups and downs. I'm at 2 wounds. I can't believe what the Commissar did there.
The whole game, honestly, was solved by a couple of dice rolls. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
500 points, that's what you get.
500 points, big weapons, big vehicles. It's what you get. But their close combat, kind of streaky.
Yeah.
They were able to mow through the tanks, but got bogged down by a Commissar? What happened?
He put 2 wounds on you.
I know. I don't want to talk about it. That's funny. If your heavy weapons team had hung in there or gotten a good round of shooting off,
He might be dead.
he should have been dead. But all in all, again, awesome game. I can't wait for game 2.
Come back with 750.
750. We'll see you then.